Good afternoon. I'm Leslie. Welcome back to Balance, Wellness, and Fitness. We are here in the cat cave, my living room. My trusty assistant is off to the side up on the couch. He'll come give feedback anywhere that's needed. Today's yoga session is a full-length class, a little over 60 minutes, and we're going to explore twists, beginning and intermediate. Don't let that scare you because we're going to warm up well, but if you're feeling stiff or in a really cold climate, go ahead and turn this off, take the time, walk around, up and down your stairs, hop on a piece of exercise equipment, just to get your heart rate up a little bit more, but not a lot, but more or less to get blood flowing, soft tissue, and joints a little bit warmer. But if you're ready to begin, let's go ahead and start down on all fours. We'll start in a strong table position, checking out where your middle toe is, where it's in line with your heel. You want the back of the knee crease, your index finger, is in line with your spine. Actually, it's your first finger because your thumb is not technically a finger. Fingers are spread like starfish. Lift up your shoulders and just gently roll them down your back. Take a couple breaths here. Find the levelness in your hips. Draw the abs in, feel them engage. Let that breath go. With your next breath, just gently feel the rib cage widen, shoulder blades go wide, and as you exhale, you come back together, knitting tightly. One more big breath in, and sigh that out. And let's start with some cat-cows. Exhaling to that cat, always leading with your pelvis. Inhaling as you come into your cow, tailbone to the sky, heart looks forward. Just staying nice and gentle, nice big breath. And start to warm up our bodies. Tops of the feet are pressed into the mat, resisting the urge to tuck your toes. If you have rigid arches, you can always put a little towel folded underneath there or fold the edges of your mat. Give yourself a couple more. And now let's carefully walk our hands to the right, keeping the pelvis looking forward, watching your alignment as you continue the cat-cows. Nice big breath. Making sure the shoulders don't make their way, turning into little earrings. You're lifting that chest high. Exhaling on that cat. Inhaling on the cow. Give yourself anywhere from 4 to 6 here. And then we'll walk back neutral, finding your alignment, and take us to the other side. Again, placing those hands right underneath the shoulders, the armpit area, right in between there, keeping those fingers spread. Making sure the toes don't start traveling with you or turning in. You have that tendency, especially if your hips are tight. Let's even out this side here. And then we'll find our way back to that strong neutral table. Give yourself one here. And then find that table, press the ground away. Let's get some arm bone turns. We'll inhale, turn those biceps forward. Exhale, gently rotate them back to where they normally fall. Keeping the abs in and up. Keep the neck nice and long. And if you need to stop and do one arm at a time, do one arm at a time. Sometimes that happens with stiffness or prior injury or surgery. They rotate in a way that is not comfortable. Give yourself a couple more turns here, and we're going to get some of those scap squeezes. I'm going to demonstrate on my hands and knees and then come back to table. Sometimes this is hard to find. On your inhale, protract forward a little bit. Exhale, squeeze straight back, keeping long arms. The shoulder blades come to the spine. Inhale forward, feel how they come and wrap around the rib cage towards your armpits and squeeze back. If you're comfortable, bring that down, and we're going to do that here. As you inhale, think of pressing the ground away, spine stays stable, shoulder blades wrap around those ribs. As you exhale, a little bit of depression, that squeezes in. We'll inhale, pressing back, feel the grow wide. Exhale, let the squeeze right in. Let's do a couple more here. And exhale, 2 more. Press away with that breath, keeping that nice stable spine. Inhale, press away. Exhale, up and float and squeeze in. Find your table. Walk this to the right side. Let's do 5 here. Press away with the breath. Exhale, squeeze in. Feel that left side body start to open. Resist the urge to let the shoulders creep up towards your ears. You're going to really want to, as you're curving your spine, gently warming it up. Give yourself 1 more here. Then we'll carefully press ourselves tall with the breath. Walk back center and find your way to your left side. And gently release that exhale, squeezing in. Inhale, press away. Evening out this side, feeling the differences from side to side, how your scapula is even moving, perhaps different than it did on the left side when it was the stretched area. Resist the urge to let that right toe start to come up. Keep your pelvis centered. Once you're nice and even here per side, come back center, and we're going to walk down into a playful puppy. Keeping the arms nice and long and hips back. Find that plane of glass with your hips, so they're right over top of the knees, just stretching long here. Nice big breaths here. You keep the hands wide or right in line with your shoulders. With your next breath, take that left hand, bring it over to the right, and slide that on over, opening up here. Still pushing the hips back, was just that urge for that left foot to come up or the right foot to turn in. Keep pressing back through those shoulders. And then we're going to add on here, we're going to add our first twist in. Keep that right arm nice and heavy. Press through the heel of the hand and through the web of the fingers. Pick up that left hand. Not quite a thread the needle, but kind of like. Take it palm up towards the right shin, knee, ankle. Keep pressing away through that right arm. Find a little strength, build a little heat. Take another breath here. Slide that left arm back out. Bring it in alignment. Carefully walk yourself back center. That might have gotten your heart rate up a little bit. Anything with the upper body in a little inverted position, that's normal. Give yourself another breath. And now pick up that right hand, take it to the left side. Pick up that left hand and take it over and place them. Find out where you're at in your hips. Watch those feet. Make sure the toes are still connected with the mat. Make sure the pelvis isn't shifting over. That'll help you be able to keep that in alignment. Now take that left arm nice and strong, pressing away. Pick up that right hand, slide it through. Keep a nice long arm on that left side. Don't start to fold through the elbow. Don't drop your shoulder to the ground. Just reach through our first twist, keeping those hips nice and level. And now we'll inhale our hand back into place. And as you exhale, come back to that center spot. Give yourself another breath here. On your exhale, shift your hips forward. Come up into a very baby upward facing dog. Hold here for a moment. If you're not comfortable, drop on your elbows and go into a cobra. Fingers are spread, that index finger still in line with your spine. Let the belly start to open up. Keep those feet connected. So do not lift up on your toes to go to upward facing dog. You're still warming up, so don't rush it. Remember I said that we were going to warm up well. Now use some strength. Pick up that left hand, bring it to the right hand. Pick up the right hand, take it further right, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, lengthen through your neck. Nice big breaths here. We're opening up all sides of the body. Good prep for your twist. Breath here, pick up the right hand, bring it back in, pick up the left hand, hold here for a moment. Find your neutral position. If you're on your elbows, you're still doing the same thing. You're just down a little bit. You're still opening up your body and stuff. Now pick up that right hand, take it over to the left, pick up that left hand, and take it right on over. Lifting up to that left corner of your mat, shoulder blades are down, back is long. Toes are down, make sure they're not curling in. Now pick up that left hand, bring it in, pick up your right hand, bring it in. Pick your hips up by the tailbone, press back, into good old child's pose for just a moment. Keep the arms long. We're not going to sink in yet. Nice breath here. On your next exhale, carefully roll yourself up. Big shoulder roll. You can cross at the ankles because we're going to find our seat, or you can sweep your legs around. Go with what's comfortable for you. I'm just going to demonstrate sweeping around because I'll alternate as I normally do as we go. Get the flesh from underneath your sits bones. Find 1.5 to 2 fist distance between your knees. I'm going to start with just gentle C curves. Your hands can rest right here on your thighs. If it's more comfortable to have them down, they can rest down too. Just don't want them to drag on your collarbones. With an inhale, lift up through the ribs, lift the chest up, really stack your spine. Don't hyperextend your neck, let it go long for the ride. Exhale, curling in from the bottom up, rounding out through. And we'll inhale. We're going to do part of the dolphin, part of a C curve. Just an easy warm-up, you may know, from other forms of yoga as well as Pilates. Inhaling up, drop those shoulder blades, lengthen through your spine, so just pull those ears up and forward. Exhale, howling out. You can call it a seated cat cow as well. Inhale back up. Good. Exhale, round and curl, stretching, moving that spine. Let's go up into your center and curl back in with that exhale. We'll inhale, lift ourselves up, rotate to the right, bring the navel towards that leg, find where it's comfortable with your arms. Exhale on back. Inhale, lift and stack your spine. And exhale back. Inhale up. Just moving gently through with your breath. We get 2 more this side before we go to our left. And we'll just gently, slowly make this bigger and bigger. Here's another little twist here in case you haven't realized it, number 2. Stay here, take a breath, come center. Now let's even ourselves out their left side. Just going to where you can comfortably turn. Each side is always going to be different for us. Exhaling into that seated cat. Inhale, lift back up, drop those shoulders. Just gently rounding. Feeling it, mid-thoracic area open up and start to become a little bit more move up for you. Let's even this out here. With your inhale, stay up here. Let's meet in the middle. Come back here. And let's open up through the hips. With an inhale, this first one, just let them open for a moment. Hands can rest here. You can put some light pressure here. Let's let that breath go, keeping the spine stacked. Just give them a moment here. And then we're going to put them back together with the breath. We'll inhale them back up. Soles of the feet come down, knees look up. Exhale, let them open. And inhale them up again. And exhale, open. One more, then we're going to add that nice little C-spine to it. This is where we add. Inhale, everything reaches and stacks. Exhale, curl, open up. Baby dolphin. Inhale. And exhale, start to get a little bit more lower back mobility. One more like this, nice and small, and then we're going to float the arms just forward. Exhale, drop to the shoulder blades. Don't think half roll back. Think mobility. Inhale back up. You can reach and make it bigger. Exhale, drop your shoulders, long neck, float back. Inhale up again. Exhale back. Inhale up. Add the pelvic floor for these last 2. Really getting those last little parts of that lower spine. Now inhale up. Stay here. Fold over your legs. Just think of floating and cascading over them for this fold. Using the pinch of your thighs to help open up your back. Let everything grow heavy for a moment. And then we're going to walk ourselves to our right thigh. Keep that cascading feel. Keep thinking lifting up and over the leg to stretch. Give yourself another moment here. We'll come back center. And then we'll walk this to the left side, observing both sides' differences and strengths. Keep that right hip down. One more breath. We'll walk back center with an inhale, reinflate your spine, stacking back up. We're going to make our way back to a table. You can sweep the legs, you can cross them and tuck underneath. And spread the fingers. We're going to go for our first downward dog in just a moment. Give yourself a nice cat-cow. And spin your biceps forward. Make sure the fingers are placed intelligently. Walk the legs and the feet to the outside of your mat. We're starting nice and wide. Tuck your toes, and if you don't want to go to dog, go into dolphin, or use your chair or your ottoman as a modifier. Press those hips back and just slowly walk your dog. Don't run your dog. Walk your dog. Being kind to your dog. You want to always warm up your dog too. Not taking off like the old cartoon strip Marmaduke where he would pull and you fly. Some dogs like to do that, but you still need to warm them, cool them down at the end. Keep walking your dog. Check out where your biceps are at. They should be looking forward. As you're lifting those hips, somebody has you by those hip pockets, lifting you up and back. Give yourself another pedal. Even yourself out and lift up on your toes. Lower the heels down. Lift them back up. Lower them down. Bring them back up. Lower down. Draw the pelvic floor in as you lift this one up and keep it in. Rotate your heels inward. Lower down and pedal just briefly. Just a couple pedals. It's going to be awkward, and that's okay. One more pedal. Now lift up those heels. Lower them down. Lift them up. Check your upper body up. Lift them up. Lower them down. Lift them up. Stay here. Rotate the heels out. They probably won't be on your mat, and that's okay. And pedal through here. You can shift side to side. Most likely your motion will. Keep your spine stable though. Keep the pelvic floor engaged. Give yourself 2 more pedals. This should probably feel good this way. Once you're even, lift up, lower the heels down. Lift up, lower the heels down. Lift up, lower the heels down. Lift up, spin them back neutral. Good. Lower them down. Press yourself back again. Carefully look forward between your fingers. Find your thumbs. Pick up that right foot and let's tightrope our way up to our first forward fold. And yet our next twist. Keep the feet a little wide. At least 1.5 to 2 fist distance apart. Middle toe is going to track with your heels and enjoy this fold for a moment. Let your spine stack over your head. Let everything open up. Go ahead and pedal again. Those of you who have difficulty with downward facing dog and they're ready, it's a very powerful pose. Catch your breath here. You're not alone with that struggle. With your next breath, let's go to halfway lift for that inhale. Give your spine some length in a different plane. Let things recombobulate. Make sure the belly button is in. And exhale your way back to fold. And we're going to prepare for our next twist. We're going to take our right hand and place on your shin unless you're feeling so Gumby-like that you can keep legs perfectly straight. Most likely that's probably not the case, but we are going to keep our right leg straight. Left hand is on there, middle fingers in line with that toe. Let your left knee soften and bend. Take that right hand, check out where the hip crease is at, push it back slightly. Drop your shoulders towards your tailbone, so push them back and away. And with your inhale, start to rotate those right ribs up, bringing that armpit towards the sky. You can stay here with the arm at your side, fingers looking down at the ground, or they could be reaching the same line as your spine. If you're really comfortable and really feeling mobile and warm, you could also bring that arm up, but make sure the shoulder blades don't pop. Keep your neck nice and long. Nice big breath. One more breath here. If the arm is up, let's fold it down with this breath. And with that next exhale, gently start to de-rotate those ribs, come back down, paddle through the legs for a moment. Give yourself another breath here. Even that out. Inhale your way into half lift again. Belly button in, shoulder blades back, heart forward. Exhale back to your fold. Now let's do our other side. Bring that right hand to that left shin, lining up the fingers. Let that right leg soften. Take the thumb of that left side and just find that hip crease. Just gently ease it back. Good. Draw your shoulder blades down. Decide where you need to be here as you start to rotate your ribs towards the sky again. Maybe you want to have the arm long. Maybe you want folded in fingers to the sky, ground. Maybe you're comfortable enough to lift it up to the sky. Just keep the shoulder blades down. Keep breathing into this twist. With your inhale, that's when you want to rotate. That's when it's safe for the spine. And then exhale, ease into it. It helps inflate the area around by taking the lungs and expanding through the chest so the spinal column is not caving in on each other at any point, causing any load. Give yourself another breath here. And on your next exhale, if your arm is up, gently fold it down. And with that next exhale, we'll carefully de-rotate down. Good. Find your way here. And we're going to press ourselves tall to go into yet another twist. And this is where, if you need something for stability, go ahead and grab it. Press the ground away. Carefully roll it one vertebrae at a time. Fix anything that needs to be fixed. We'll bring the arms on up. Draw them down through heart center for a moment. We'll recombobulate because we were in an inversion for quite a while there. You were in downward facing dog for a bit. Before that, you were on the table. And then we were in that initial twist there. So give yourself a moment here to breathe. We're going to do 2 more breaths here, then we're going to go in the mountain just as well, in case you have to step away to readjust, to get the thing for balance. You have that moment there to come back and find your breath here. I'm going to drop the arms, sort of press the ground away, lengthen through those quads. Feel the rotation in the femurs as you engage the glutes. Use your thumbs to gently open up those hands to open up your pecs. Gaze can be forward or slightly down towards the front of your mat. Just find length in your neck. One more breath here. Then gently roll the shoulders. Give yourself a little wiggle. We're going to start with our right side with this twist. We're going to pick up our toes just slightly to rotate out. Pull that kneecap up, tighten that glute. Start to shift your weight. And if it's comfortable, float on up to that toe. We're going to pick our arms up. Spread your fingers, drop your shoulders. Good. Just an easy goalpost. And then if you can, flex that foot. Lift the leg on up. Good. We're making our way there. You may have your foot down, and if you do have that thing for balance, have it off to your left side. That's where we're going to turn to. Now we're going to add our twist in, and I'll give you options to take it on up. Inhale and gently turn through the ribs to that right thigh. This may be as far as you want to go, and that's perfectly fine. Work on your balance here. Keep pulling up through that thigh. Keep tightening that glute. Keep pressing through the foot. And with each inhale, you can keep safely rotating. If you've hit that goal, going, I'd like to do a little bit more, press out through that heel. Good. And if you want to take it on to yet another twist, hand the foot, don't fall over. You don't want to collapse in like this. Despite my long arms, I don't have the reach to grab your foot. This is where you could use a strap. You can still keep it there and keep reaching for it. Keep the arms open nice and wide. Keep pressing through this leg, that right leg. Keep your shoulder blades down. We're going to hold for one more breath here. Another option, if you brought your chair or ottoman, you could have that leg on there lightly and stay here. Lots of options here. Take another breath. And with this exhale, fold back into the knee. Keep the foot flexed once you get it there. Then gently come back into the goalpost arms. Inhale your way back center. Exhale the leg down. Take a moment, forward fold. Easy dive down. Pedal through your legs. Another breath here. Inhale your way into half lift. Exhale your way into fold. Carefully make your way back down. Find your table. Easy cat-cow. Good. Prepare yourself. Next downward facing dog. Take the legs not quite as wide unless your hips are still feeling as tight. If they are, take them right to the edges of the mat. 5 steps forward as you tuck your toes and press yourself back. Find where you can find a little comfort. Start to paddle your dog. Just gently walk. You can go a little faster than you did before, but don't go fast. Be kind to that dog. Even out your pedals and lift up your toes. Drop your feet. Keep the tailbones back. And drop. Lift and stay here. Turn the heels out. Drop them down. Lift them up. Drop them down. Lift them up. Drop them down. Lift them up. Turn them neutral, and now turn heels in towards each other. Lower down. Keep pressing through those hands. Biceps forward. Sits bones lifted towards the sky. Keep them up here. Turn them back neutral. Press back one more time. Look forward between the thumbs. Now use that opposite foot to lead yourself into that nice little forward fold. Still staying nice and loose. At least 1.5 to 2 fist distance apart. Let's inhale to half lift. Nice flat back. Hard up. Belly button in. Exhale to fold. Press the ground away as you roll up. Float the arms on up to Tadasana. And your heart center. Drop your shoulders. Lengthen through your neck. Side number 2 is counting. We're going to gently open up that left foot, just that slight bit. Start to press the ground away. And again, if you need to move to something, go ahead and move to something or grab that something on your right side. Tighten that glute. And we're just going to come light on that right foot. We'll find our goalpost arms. Good. Fingers are spread. Then find where you need your balance here. Flex the foot once you're up and open. Our next breath, we're going to gently take ourselves to that right side with that inhale. Exhale, find yourself there. Again, this may be as far as you choose to go. Take another breath here. You can also take this arm on the outside, another option. Just find the stability. Work with your inhales to open your spine. Maybe you're ready for the next level to go to yet another twist and a foot. Or extend through the foot. And again, if you're not overreaching and curling through your spine, you can actually grab that foot. Go right ahead. Otherwise, you can open up the arms. Nice big breath. Keep pushing through that right heel. Stay strong on that left leg. And your next inhale, let's fold back through the arms. Good. Keep the shoulders down. Then we'll fold through that leg. We'll inhale our way back center. Let's exhale that leg down. Float the arms on up into Tadasana and forward fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back to your fold. And let's walk ourselves on down to our table. Stay here at your table for a moment. We're going to do a little bit of weight shifting. Spread the fingers, check the toes. Inhale and rock yourself forward. Keep the abs in and out, pelvic floor engaged. Come back center. Take that weight back. Bring it back forward, moving through your knees and your wrists. And back. And forward one more time. Gently take it back. Come back up and now to the sides. Take it to the right side and center. And again. To the right side, keep the spine stable. And in. And right side. Bring it in. Now take it left. And in. And again. And in. And one more time. Gently bring it in. Give yourself a quick cat-cow here. Moving through. Walk the legs back a little bit in preparation when you do thread the needle next. Our next twist. Walk the arms a little forward if you need, just to give yourself a little space to start. We're going to go on 3 breaths. Lift up the right arm by leading with the elbow. Spread the fingers and give yourself your first breath moving through those ribs. Just exhale through. And then we'll inhale up again. Go a little bit more if you can. Exhale through a little further. Let that elbow come down. Let the left elbow soften. With this one, float it up as far as you can. Exhale your way all the way through. Bring that arm down, shoulder if you can. Use your props. Slide that left arm forward towards the edge of your mat once you're all the way down, or down where you brought the ground to you using your props. Keep pressing the hips back. And press that right hip to the right. It's going to want to come and follow you to the left, causing that right foot to come up and start to shimmy in places you don't want to. So think of pressing your pelvis over to that right side of the mat to avoid that. Give yourself 2 more breaths here, just to gently open up. Let yourself melt into the mat. If you need to move your props because things are opening, move your props. Always adjust as your body opens. 1 more breath here. And then we'll start by walking the left fingers back towards your body, finding somewhere near the shoulder or armpit. Fingers are spread. Then shift your weight back as you unthread that right arm. Give yourself a cat-cow here. Then find your strong table. Walk a little bit apart again to give yourself space to work with. Check out the toes, make sure everything's in alignment. Let's open up to the left side, just a big breath, and just slide that arm up and through. And we'll inhale back up. Exhale, taking this arm to the ground. Let the right elbow soften a little bit. And then take the biggest breath you can as we come back up again, shoulder blades down. Exhale that left arm on through. Once it makes its way to the ground or to your props to help bring the ground to you, and slide that right arm forward. Check out where your hips are. Make sure they're not going off to your right. Press them back to your left to keep that left foot in place. That way you will get the best out of this twist possible. Keeping those opposing directions. Keep those big breaths going. Let your neck and jaw soften. Let your eyes soften for a moment. We're going to hold here for a couple more breaths, letting this open up. 1 more big breath in, and another breath out. With this next inhale, start to walk those right fingers back, finding its way underneath that right shoulder. Start to press the ground away as you shift your weight back and unthread that left arm. Give yourself a couple cat-cows here, and then we're going to go up into a big twist. Prepare yourself for your next downward facing dog. A couple more we might add in here. As you see, that's our transition, but it gets our heart rate up. Spread the fingers wide, turn those biceps forward. Tuck your toes, decide where your hips need to be right now, how wide. Press your weight back. Somebody's picking you up by those back pockets. Give yourself a quick pedal and then settle into your position, pushing on back. We're going to be picking up our right hand, so I want you to really focus on your 3-legged dog here. Keeping that left shoulder pushed back, fingers spread, the entire hand is pushing down, not just through the heel of the hand, so you're not dumping into your wrist. With your next inhale, fold through that right elbow and send it palm up towards your left foot, shin, knee. Taking it across, keeping the hips looking up, pressing back through that left arm. Keep reaching. If your knees are soft for your dog, your hips are still going up and back. Doesn't matter. Everybody's flexibility is different. Draw the pelvic floor in here. With your next breath, slide that arm back. Find your 4-legged dog. Pedal. Then take a breath, even out. Start to really press to that right arm. Fold through that left elbow and send it back somewhere towards that right foot shin. Letting it be soft. Keeping the hips nice and level, so keep the hips to the left. They're going to want to follow you to that right side. Keep pressing straight back to that right arm and fingers. One more breath here. And let's exhale that arm back in place. Pedal through your dog. Give yourself another moment here. And then we will take a child's pose. So soften through the knees. Bring yourself back down. Untuck your toes. Press back. Give yourself rest for 3 breaths. Nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Another breath in. Let it go. With this breath, start to prepare yourself mentally. We're going to come back to our table. Use your glutes and your abdominals. Find your way there. Check out where everything is at. Here we go. Back to downward facing dog. So tuck those toes. Press on back. Now, after you're here, biceps forward. Look forward between your thumbs. Shift your weight onto that left leg. Pick up that right knee and send it forward. Use your hands to help it as much as you need. Carefully lower that back knee down. Untuck those toes. Use your core to draw yourself up tall. Now check out your alignment for everything. Make sure the middle toe is in line with heel, the knee crease. You've got your plane of glass, your pelvis, you're going to let it drop. And then kneecap, middle toe, ankle, or a nice alignment here. This knee's over top the ankle. Let's go for an easy, low crescent, just to give yourselves a little breath, a little breathing room here. Spread the fingers. Let's inhale, lift the ribs. Exhale, close. We'll stay up on that third one. Exhale, close. Stay here. Keep that tailbone lengthened. Make sure you don't start overstretching, trying to lean into it. Lift up out of your ribs. Keep your pelvis stable. You should feel this in your psoas. Nice big breaths here. We're going to go to 3 different twists here while we're here. And a bonus for you. One more breath. As you exhale, close to those ribs. Drop your shoulders. We're going to float the arms on open to the side. Good. Easy gate pose. Drop your shoulders, lengthen your neck. One more breath here. Ready to close that right arm. Bring the left hand down. Bring it right inside by the arch of the leg. Carefully open up. Easy dragonfly twist. Keeping the hips looking down. Fingers are spread, shoulders stay down. Nice big breath. With your next inhale, float that arm down, roll back up. Bring the hands to prayer. Drop your shoulders. Gently rotate. We're going to stay easy here. Keep thinking right thigh stays to the right, that it doesn't cave in. Working on that ankle stability. We'll float the arms back open to gate. And then spiral down for your bonus. Lizard. Let's heel toe our way out. Pick up the toes, spin out through that knee, fold back in, spin back out, fold back in, and spin out, then stay out. Drop your shoulders, just let the hips open up. If you're feeling really Gumby-like, and you can drop down without punching, you're welcome to drop down, use your blocks, use a bolster, just let that hip open up. But if you're not feeling Gumby-like, stay where you keep a neutral spine. That's going to give you the best anchor to help open up through your glute maximus. One more breath here, and then gently spin the foot back in, heel toe it back in. Carefully Bring that leg back. Give yourself a couple cat-cows here. And we'll prepare for our other side. Let's press up into downward facing dog. Just press back for a moment. Turn the toes in and pedal. Opening up those hips some more. Bringing it back neutral and pedal. Keep pressing back through the hands. Turn them in towards each other, the heels, and pedal. Rotate them back neutral. Really press back for a moment. Peek forward, find your thumbs. Bring that left leg forward. Help it if you need it. Lower yourself down to that right shin. Untuck those toes. Use your core to lift yourself up. And let's check our position. Back foot, middle toe, heel, knee crease. Lay the glass for those hips. Right foot, knees in alignment. Let's find our crescent here. Drop to the tailbone. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale, lift up with those ribs. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift and stay. Drop your shoulder blades. Fingers are spread. Keep lifting up. Keep the tailbone down versus trying to surge yourself forward. 2 more breaths here. Giving yourself that nice length. Letting your heart rate come down from the inversion. On your next inhale, gently close and open up the gate pose to that left side. Steady yourself. Let the ankles find their place. Drop your shoulders. With each inhale, rotate a little bit more. Exhale, just soften into the position. Keeping the neck nice and long. Gaze is forward. 1 more breath here. And with an exhale, close our arm and gently lower this right arm by the arch of that left foot and open up into dragonfly twist. And the shoulders nice and long. Fingers are spread, both hands. Two more breaths here. Keeping the tailbone long so you're not starting to open up and dump back, pushing your way back. Carefully spiral down, rolling up, finding prayer, and gently rotating back to the left. Drop your shoulders, realign everything, make sure that left knee is still in place. Two more breaths here. Keep opening up through those ribs. And with our exhale, we'll float, spiral back down to that oldest lizard. This is a favorite position for many. Just heel twirl your way out till you find that stretch in that glute. Then pick up those toes. Let the knee fall out and close. And fall out and close and let it fall out. Keeping your neutral spine. Make sure the back foot's still in alignment. Again, if you're feeling dumpy-like, you can keep your neutral, drop down. If you can't, stay here. If you want to use your props, because you know you can go a little bit lower to get a little bit deeper stretch, because you need it, go ahead and use your props. 2 more breaths here. On this next inhale, gently start to close the leg. Lift up the toes, heel toe it back in. Help it if you need it. Gently bring it back. Give yourself a cat and cow. We have some more fun on the way. We're going to tuck those toes. We're going to press back into our downward facing dog, that nice familiar position. Spread those fingers. Give yourself a pedal. And then we're going to make our way very slowly to standing. We're going to a yogi squat first with a little twist there. On your next breath, lift up both heels. Start to gently walk your hands back. Let your weight just settle. Find your squat if you need a block or pillow or something underneath your hips so you can have a little bit more stability. Go right ahead. When you find that, drop the shoulders, bring the hands in a prayer. We're just going to open up the hips here. Again, for another moment. So you can find that stability. Lift up the chest, lengthen through the neck. We're going to go to a very elementary twist here. We're going to float our arms on up, bring the elbows together, but keep that length, shoulder blades down. Start to draw the inner thighs together. You don't want your knees to touch, so they're going to stay in line with your feet. Turn your body to the right. Let that left hand just gently open up to the side of the right arm. Take that right arm over by the left hip and drop your shoulder. Hips look forward. You're looking up to the right. Keeping the shoulders down. Challenging your ankle stability. Maybe your mental stability too. Going, why are we doing this? It's really good decompression for your lower back. And ankle stability. One more breath here. Release that right hand. Carefully release the tension from the left. Find your way back to that yogi squat. Breathe for a moment. You know what's going to happen on the other side. We're not going to stay long as you saw. Next inhale, start to draw the inner thighs together. Bring the arms together. Exhale. Take that right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Take that left hand, reaching for that right hip. Drop your shoulders. Inhale your way as you turn to that left side. Lengthen through your neck. Open your mind. Seek the challenge. Try. It won't hurt you. It's always good. One more breath. Release that hip. Hand from the hip. Bring that left hand with the right. Find that yogi squat. Cross the hands down. Shift your weight on back. Pedal through the legs. Let's give yourself a nice pedal because you really probably use those shins in a different way than you maybe have in a while. Give yourself another breath here. And then let's find our half lift. Belly button in, shoulder blades down. Exhale to your fold. Inhale all the way back up. Bring the hands up to Tadasana, and then we'll bring them down through heart center. We're going to find mountain for a moment, just to bring a little calmness back. Open up through the thumbs, press to the feet. Feel the inner thighs engaged as the femurs rotate outward, lengthening through those kneecaps. Close to the ribs. Let your collarbones open wide. Give yourself a breath here. One more big breath. And as you exhale, gently de-rotate. Give yourself a little pedal and wiggle through. And we're going to prepare to go into angle and reverse angle with our right side. We can take our left toes, pick up the heel, turn them out. If you want to go to the long edge of your mat or against the wall, feel free to do so. But aiming the heel in line with your little toe ball mound. Don't aim for your little toe because it might not be in alignment. Everybody's feet are very, very different. Keep the arch lifted. Shift your weight onto that left foot. Tighten to that glute. Lift up that right leg and turn it perpendicular to that leg. Pick it on up some more. Step on forward. Keep that bend in the knee. Let's find where our hips are open out. Stop right before you're going, hey, I can still go more. Let's stop right before that. Start to rotate them to go with that left leg. Right leg, keep encouraging it to look off to the right. Float those arms up. Grab your thumbs. Keep your shoulder blades down while you give yourself some length. Stay strong in those feet, all four parts of the feet. Left femur and our hips look to the left. Right leg looks to the right. One more breath here, and then we're going to add on. With your next inhale, lift up out of those left wrists, and let's lean on over towards that right leg. Check out that knee, make sure it's still over top of that ankle. We're going to release our thumbs. Let that right arm come down right inside the thigh and start to encourage it to stay in alignment. Don't give it a huge press, just that little core reminder. Check out your arches, make sure they're not collapsed. And let's just go through our shoulder girdle a couple of times. Just gently moving through. With this one, let's just put that arm on up. And with your next exhale, rotate your torso to look down at that right thigh. Left leg still looks left. Let the arms hang. Check out where your arch is. Make sure it's not collapsing. You need to give that little reminder. And then we're going to bring that left hand on the outside of that right thigh. You can open all the way up. You can take your hand and place it on your back, along your side, into a bind, but start to bring that right armpit up towards the sky. You can soften to the left arm. Just make sure that right leg keeps looking forward to the right, not collapsing in as you open up. One more breath here. Gently rotate. Bring the arms to hang on either side of that right thigh again. Press yourself up tall. Gently turn your torso back forward. Stay here for a moment. Float your arms up. Drop your shoulder blades. Lengthen on through if you hadn't. Keep that leg rotating, looking towards the right. With an inhale, reach the ribs to the right as we work our way to a triangle. Exhale back. Inhale to the right. Exhale back. Stay over on this one. Good. Just reach on through. Make sure that quad is strong, that you're not pushing bone into bone. And let's let our arms float into our normal triangle. With your next breath, take that left hand, rotate down, rotate back up, rotate down, rotate up, rotate down, and stay down. Bring it to the outside of that calf. Make sure you're not pressing the lateral part of the knee. Bring it up to the thigh if you need to. Bring the right hand on the outside with it now, and gently open up into your ball triangle. Again, you can take the bind, just leading through the armpit. Think of leading through the ribs in the armpit versus your head, neck, or shoulder. That way you won't over-rotate something that should not be rotated. That should be just going along for the ride. So we're not snowboarding. That you do leave with your neck. One more breath here. With your exhale, carefully come back to meet the hand. Soften through that right knee. Use your core to bring yourself tall. We're going to heel toe our way to bring the feet center, looking in at each other. Take them as wide as it's comfortable for you. Lengthen through your tailbone, lift up through your shoulders. Let's take our arms out to our sides as we gently fold over. I like that word today. Often I think a little too much gently. We'll have to find a new word. Bring that left hand, place it directly below the belly button if you can. If you need your block, use your block. Those of you you've gotten it, you realize where you need those toys to keep them handy. Fingers are spread wide. Keep the hips level as you rotate up through the ribs to the right. You can reach for the ceiling. Again, you can go for that bind. Go for where it's comfortable. Shoulder blades down and neck is long. Keep the belly button in. Find your pelvic floor here. Draw it in to give you a little bit more length. 2 more breaths here. With this next inhale, rotate down. Right hand goes in its place. Good. Float up, explore. See what it feels like on this side. Maybe you're keeping the arm close like we did in that initial twist that we did standing. Maybe you're ready to bring it all the way up. But keep inhaling your way as you rotate. Draw that pelvic floor back in if you lost it to give yourself that additional length. One more breath. And we'll fold through the elbow if it's up. Exhale your way back down. With an inhale, fold through the knees and soften. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Give yourself a shoulder roll. Observe where the right foot is and turn it in line with the short edge of the mat. Make any adjustment you need as we go to this other side. We're going to find our angle first. Your hips may feel incredibly loose now. I hope so. Aside from what twists do for us for our circulation and digestion and respiration, They also help address the hips. Find that knee over top the ankle. Make sure your arches aren't collapsing. And let's start to turn our torsos and hips now with that right leg. Left leg is going off on its way. Float the arms up. Grab the opposite thumb this time to give yourself length. Keep the shoulder blades down. Keep opening those hips. Keep encouraging that left leg to go to the left. One more breath here. And we're going to lift up out of our ribs, gently tipping on over to that left side. Release those thumbs and circle through that right arm. Fingers are spread. Give yourself one more. And we're going to float our arm down. Good. Bring that left hand initially right on the outside. Opening on up. Give yourself that breath. Let everything open for a moment. And then we're going to rotate. Take our torso and lift up through the chest and shoulders so the arms hang right over top. Navel is somewhere. It might go near the middle. It may not. That left knee still opens up. Right arch is not collapsing. And we're going to take that right arm on the outside. Carefully opening on up. Maybe this arm is up. Maybe you have the bind here. Find what's comfortable for you to go into this revolve position. Keep the shoulders long, down, keep your neck long. Shoulders will do that, but keep it long because they're not up in there, restricting the space to move. Give yourself another breath here. And with your next exhale, rotate that torso so it's in line with that thigh. Lift right on up. Good. As you exhale, pull that kneecap up, lift yourself up. Bring and find that nice long beginnings of your triangle. Check out that right foot to make sure it's still going with the short edge of your mat. That left leg is going the opposite way. Lift up nice and tall, float the arms up. Inhale, reach to the ribs to the left. Exhale, back up. Inhale, reach, nice long leg. And reach and stay. Make sure you're not locking the leg. The quad is working, so it's long. Float your way into your triangle here. Hips are looking forward, just lifting up. Do not try to add any pressure to revolve yet. And now we'll lower down to that right side. Find that left hand. And open back up. And we'll float down. And open up. And we're going to float and stay here, taking that right hand on the outside of either the shin or the thigh, just not your knee, and opening on up into that revolve triangle here. You can go for the bind. You think of lifting your left armpit towards the sky. Keeping that left leg long, quads are strong, shoulder blades are down, engage your pelvic floor. One more breath. Start your derotation. Let the arms hang right over top the torso. Press yourself up tall. Soften the knee back over the ankle as you carefully come up. We'll heel toe our way, bringing the toes in towards each other. See if you can take them a little bit wider apart this time. We're going to take the arms out to the sides, drop your tailbone, then fold them in, hinge on over. Float the right arm down this time, finding in line with your navel, fingers spread, and rotate on up to that left side with an inhale. Exhale and settle into it. Fingers lightly spread, shoulders down. Take a breath here. Come down, change sides. Left hand takes its place. Rotate, then extend if you want. One more breath. Carefully fold. Bring the hands down to the mat. Take them wide. Heel toe your way in to a big forward fold here. Stay a little bit wide. Stay as soft as you need for a moment. And then carefully lower yourself down. Give yourself a couple cat-cows here, and then we're going to find our seat. We have 3 more twists to do to finish this practice. Again, you can tuck and roll back to your seat. You can sweep, go with what feels comfortable for you. This is where you may want your strap. Again, long arms, Gumby, you may not. We're going to tuck the left foot in where you can still stay up on your sits bones. So keep finding, always keep rock, adjust as needed. You just don't want your foot on the lateral portion of your knee. If it's comfortable and you can stay up evenly on both, bring it there. If you need to bring it here, down by the calf, bring it there. If you need your block underneath to bring the ground, either way, or underneath the hip, feel free to do so. We're going to take our strap or towel, whatever you're using, or belt, make sure it's nothing stretchy, and place it around the ball of that right foot. And now let's lift up through the chest and give yourself a nice forward fold here. Holding on gently, not pulling for dear life. Just sink into your fold for a moment. Let that leg open up. Then we're going to take our right hand only. Let it rest on your shin or the ground or block. Give it a little tightness. You shouldn't see white knuckle. Then start to open up through that left side, reaching on up and over. Nice big breath. Still keep the shoulder blades down, even though there's a lot of activity here. With your next inhale, float the shoulder girdle level, roll up, keep the arm long and strong, shoulder blade down. Take this arm behind, reach for that right hip, and gently start to turn your torso towards that left knee. Let that right shoulder drop down. Let your gaze go with the left side turn. Inhale as you rotate. And exhale, soften into. Give yourself one more breath here. And gently release. We'll switch sides here. Find where you need to be. With the right leg in and left leg out, it may be very different needs from opposing sides. Find that strap again on the ball of the foot. That just gives the best anchor and safest anchor. You need to use your hands to get the flesh out. Use your hands to get your flesh out. Lift up through the ribs as you exhale your way into your fold here. Keeping the chest lifted. Sending the energy through the heel. Staying light in the hands for right now. Just finding your way into this fold. One more exhale here, and then we're going to gently hang on to the strap, towel rope, with just the left hand and let the arms soften so the elbow is soft down. It's firm but soft. Lift up through those right ribs as you gently rotate. The armpits looking at the sky, hips stay down. The right knee in place, now let it start to fold up and start to shift your weight. You should be even on your pelvis, so both sits bones are on the ground. Keep opening up. One more breath here. We'll exhale our way up. As you come up, lengthen through that left arm. Pull the shoulder blade down. We'll pick that right arm up and send it behind us into this twist, reaching for that right hip. You can rest on the ground, just keep that shoulder blade down as well. Your gaze follows a gentle turn going to the right side. And again, with each inhale, lift up and rotate. Exhale, soften into. 2 more breaths here. With this next breath, steady yourself, prepare yourself. Inhale your way back center, bringing that right arm with you. And exhale, release. We'll sit our strap off to the side, and for our final twist is a seated stag. We're going to walk our feet to the edges of our mat. Keep a 45-degree bend in them. We'll go to our right first. Let the knees gently fall over. The left hip is going to come up, and you want the left knee somewhere near the arch or heel of your right foot. Toes are looking up. Lift up out of your ribs. Gently start to turn yourself to the back part of your mat. Let that left hip come up and drop to your shoulder blades. Shoulder blades to your elbows. Pull your shoulder blades down. Fingers are lightly spread. Lift your chest. Belly button is just slightly in. You can engage the pelvic floor here if you feel you need a little bit more stability to your spine. Two more breaths here. With your next inhale, lift up a little bit more. Press yourself up tall. Lift up through the spine. Walk the hands in. Carefully come back center. Bring the legs here. Give yourself some length. Remember that cascading over the legs. Do that here. Give yourself a moment before we go to the other side. One more breath just to open up from that twist the opposing way. Then we'll restack ourselves back up. Lifting up tall, check the feet at your knee. Good. And now let the knees come to the left. Each side's always going to be different. Adjust as needed so that knee is somewhere near the heel of the arch. Lift right up. Right hip is up. Start to walk your way to the back part of the mat. Once you're there, drop down on your elbows. Spread your fingers and lift up through your chest. Find your length. Find your space. Feet are just nice and soft and light, but they are touching the ground. Keep sending the hips back away from you. Again, engage the pelvic floor if you need that extra length or stability. One more breath here. Exhale, press yourself up and away. Walk the hands in. Carefully come back center. Find your way back. Feet are down. Lift up into that cascading forward fold. Stop a moment here to give your back that length. Carefully come up, walk the feet in. Lower yourself down however you need to carefully to go into your final twist of the day. Your basic spinal twist. Float the arms out. Palms are spread. Lift up the right leg, lift up the left leg. If you need to use your hands, do so. Take them to the right, clear your ribs. Press the legs out through the heels long. You can always keep that right leg in place, but just lift one leg at a time. Stack the feet if you can. Feel the length in your spine. Nice long neck. Two more breaths here. Start to point the toes, bend the knees. Bring the heels towards your hips. Let that right foot touch the floor. Use your abdominals and your glutes to bring them back center. Hug them in for a moment. Draw a couple circles on the ceiling. Then we'll take our arms back out. Palms up, shoulder blades down. Find your tabletop, and again, if that's too much, get that left leg down. We're going to float those legs over to the left side, making sure to clear the ribs again. Shoulders stay down. Press the heels out. Stack them if you can. If they can't, still push through those heels. You want to be able to keep that right shoulder down as your anchor. Nice big breaths here. And then you're ready to really soften through the feet. Let the toes fold them in. Make sure that the left foot is connected. Draw back center. Hug them in one more time again, giving yourself some circles. You could also rock side to side just to balance that out. Take your time. If you want to go into Shavasana, you can lie on your back. Go in the child's pose, go in your favorite position. But I thank you for joining me for this twisting practice and hope you get a lot of benefit from all parts of your body.